Well, change of plans and then change of plans again. Steph is now taking the tractor back to go get the tiller attachment from Pawpaw. But just to kind of recap what happened, we rented the sod cutter, and the sod does not roll up like what we thought. We even watched a couple of videos, and maybe the grass is just different, or soil conditions are different, or something. But this sod, when I went to go try and roll it, it just broke into pieces, and then it became just dirt everywhere. So we loaded all that dirt. I did probably 15 feet. I got about 15 feet of sod out of this entire garden. Loaded up into a wheelbarrow, and we went and put it in one of the low spots over by our driveway so we could get it out of here. But I had to be real with Steph. I was like, this garden's like 150 by 50, 75 feet something. There's just no way. There's no way I'm gonna sit there and break 6 inches of sod off at a time for this entire garden. It's not gonna happen. So she had the idea of, what if we got the bucket and tried to like scrape it. I told her I didn't think it was gonna work, but I could tell she was in the determination phase where she wasn't gonna believe me until she saw it herself. So it did pretty much what I thought it was gonna do. It put a hole in the ground where she started to scrape, and she could scrape for about 3 or 4 feet, and then it just became too much for the tractor. So the tractor just started spinning its wheels and putting ruts in the ground and stuff. She tried it though. She tried probably about 10 more times after she realized. And now she's headed back, and we're just gonna get the tiller. You know, that means there's gonna be a lot of grass seed, a lot of just grass in general and everything, because we're just gonna till it from live grass. But I honestly don't know what else, as far as removing it completely. You know, I don't know what else. And I have looked up, some stuff online about putting the plastic down and the weed barrier down and kind of killing the grass. But unfortunately, that doesn't really do. It will temporarily do what you want it to do, but it doesn't get rid of the rhizomes and the seeds and stuff. So the grass will eventually come back no matter what. So we're just going to try tilling it, and with the expectation that it's going to be a lot of work keeping it nice and clean after we got plants in the ground. But she's going to get the tiller now, so check it out when she gets back. Well, there it is. There's the outline. It is massive. I'm gonna have to get the mini chainsaw out because we ran into some roots. That's gonna be my job while she's doing this, is cutting roots out. She just hit one right there. Seth is doing what's called disking, where it kind of digs down into the dirt, churns it all up. But sometimes when the discs on the tractor attachment do not dig deep down enough into the dirt, you have to improvise. So luckily we had all those logs over there from when we cut down those 2 dead trees. So I stacked 3 of the thickest logs we had on the top of the attachment for the disker. It's digging deep now. Man, sun is starting to set. Got an hour and a half or so maybe before it's completely gone, and we have been at it today. At it non-stop. Steph's been killing it on that tractor though. She's got it down. This is her first time to ever be on a tractor. First time to ever plow, first time to ever disc. She's got it. She got it figured out.
Okay. Well, it's about 5:45. Super Bowl just started. I just came inside, but it's done for today. I got the disc attachment on the tractor, and I had plowed and disked the whole thing today. So I think it's looking pretty good. Let me turn you around. I was a little bummed out that my idea didn't work out and we wasted some time and money, but we got it started and it makes me excited. So tomorrow I'll go back out there when it dries out a little bit more overnight. Tomorrow is our last day of dry weather before rain comes again, so I really want to get it good and mixed up with the tractor. Like I said before, it gets too muddy to go back out there. So that is what we will do tomorrow, is just hit it again. My plan is I'm going to I have some leaf, like a leaf pile over here. I'm going to rake up some of this stuff down here. I've got my compost pile over there. I'm going to try to gather it all up and just spread it throughout my plot. Won't be a whole lot, but just the organic matter to put down on the ground while I'm tilling it all up and breaking it all up, and it'll help with the clay soil. So any organic matter will help break up clay soil and aerate. So that's what we'll probably do. I've got a dentist appointment today, so I'm going to try to fit that all in before... Luna, you look so pretty, before the end of the day. Look at you. Look how pretty you are. Let me see your paw. Is it paw? Good girl. You're so smart. A lot of people have asked me about Luna. And I'll tell you the story about her. Maybe I'll do a whole little video on our animals, but she was a rescue. She is a Belgian Malinois. She looks like a German Shepherd, kind of, but she's not. She's Belgian Malinois. You may notice them. They are police dogs. So police typically use German Shepherds or Belgian Malinois. She's a very high energy working dog. So she really loves to work. Come here, Luna. Come here. She's not the best listener, especially when there's other people around. Like she's distracted over across the street. Come on, Lunas. But she listens. I mean, she does. But if she's got her sights on something, She's a good girl. She's definitely a good guard dog. She won't, I don't think, attack, but she will alert. Hey. Hey, come here. Come on. So, we've got some potatoes that are doing something. I threw these potatoes out here. Look, something's been digging in my raised bed. But there's potatoes under there. They're starting to come up. I just threw them out here just to see what would happen because they were in my pantry and they'd started sprouting. So threw them in my raised bed over the winter and kind of covered them up, and now they're poking through. So maybe we'll have potatoes soon. But that's what we got going on today. Trying to work out in the yard while we still can, while we still have the sunlight and the heat. Hey, all right, so I am back from my dentist appointment and making a few more trips with some leaves, piles of leaves in the plot here. But I just wanted to talk about really quick something that is probably confusing to some people who have been keeping up with everything going on. So at the very beginning, I asked Pops if he would till the garden for me. And he said yes he would, and that his tractor was kind of broken down and that he was going to be working on it and hopefully get it up and running, and that if he couldn't, that he would see about using Lester's. But I got ahead of myself. There's probably a few of you ladies out there like me where when you kind of get your mind going and you've set your mind on something, you just go until you stop. But yesterday when I had planned to rip up the sod and it didn't work out, and then we had like plan B and C and D that didn't work out, I had already borrowed Lester's tractor to attempt to fix part of what I had planned on doing. And the reason why I asked Pops for help before is because I've never even been on a tractor before. I don't own a tractor. I hope to one day, especially after I've driven around Lester's, because it's amazing. I absolutely love it. If I didn't live so close to him, I'd probably steal it from him and then he would never know, but because I live like right next to him, he'll know it's his. But I got going on the tractor and then I just was like, I can do this. And so I asked Pops, I said, Pops, can you just show me what attachments I need to the tractor and I'll do it myself? And he was like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. So that's kind of how that went. I fully anticipated Pops to be the one to help me with this, but he probably isn't upset with me doing it on my own, because after I did it, it is a lot of hard work. Even though you're riding a tractor, just you having to turn around and operate and maneuver and turn, it's like, I'm sore today. So, yeah. Now I think Pops wants me to do his garden, which is like such a huge compliment. I don't know if he knows that or not, but for him to see the work I did on my garden and then him say, hey, will you come do mine next? From like a veteran, I don't know, that kind of just made me feel good that he wanted me to do his garden too. So absolutely I will. I love it. But yeah, that's the story of how I ended up tilling and plowing my own field. Now I'm kind of addicted. Now I want to do it all. I even told Buddy, I was like, do you think this is big enough? Because now that I'm looking at it, and he was like, stop. Don't even finish that sentence. And I was like, okay. It's fine. It's big enough. So that is the story of how I plowed my own field. And right now I'm just piling in some leaves and gonna till that all in to the clay soil, and it would help break it all up. Where are you going? It's gonna help with the clay soil, so I'm just gonna load in lots of leaves from my front yard and compost and stuff, and yeah, that's where we're at today. So we're gonna roll with it.